What is going on, guys? Welcome to the live stream. Let me know if you guys can hear me well. Make sure you test it out here. I want to kind of see if the live stream sounds well. So let me know. It should sound well. Welcome to the live stream. We'll take a look at Bitcoin. Your favorite coins, of course. Let's enhance right here. Well, what's up? Come on in, guys. Welcome. Let's get it started. Let's actually get this up too as well. But yeah, let's get it started. If you guys are here, by the way, don't forget to like. Don't forget to like, comment below the coins you guys want me to check out. Helps every live stream. Let's go live here on TikTok. Well, welcome in, guys. Let's check out Bitcoin here at 113,920, right? 113,920. Got the biggest liker here. But thanks for joining the live stream, guys. Bitcoin at 113,930. Let's see how low we can go here. We talked about this, right? I told you we were coming up here to that 200 and we got a rejection right there. So, you know, that was bearish right there. And I posted in the group, look, that's the place to short. And that would have been a great short. You would have shorted all. I mean, that would have been a great short right there. So shout out to everyone who took that. So hopefully we're not in the bear flag here. Right, hopefully we're not in the bear flag. We'll see what happens, but we eventually have to break that 200 on the 4-hour. On the daily though, we're holding up pretty well. Good evening, Pagna. How you doing, bro? Once we get 5,000 likes, we'll do a daily market update of the day here for a lot of the coins. Yeah, this is futures, but I'm just checking out your favorite coins at the moment. Right now, we're taking a look here at Bitcoin, but I do trade futures. You know, Bitcoin so far on the daily, that 50 is key, man. That 50 is support right there on the daily. We're holding that like a beast right here. Even today's wick, you know, was to that 50 MA. So we got to hold it. I mean, if we break that 50 MA, we're going back to 110. So that is key right there. And right now it's about 112,642. So far we're kind of somewhere in the middle here, which is what my guess would have been, right? I'm him. What's up, man? How you been? This is Bitcoin. Let me actually put it like this so you guys can see which coin I'm looking at. See, if I put it like that, it'll show right here on the right side. There we go. Which coin I'm looking at. Harley, hey, what's up, Harley? Abraham, welcome to the live stream, guys. I just started 5 minutes ago, so you guys are early. I appreciate everyone on here. We're just taking a look here at Bitcoin again. Now, 2 live streams ago, I told you about that 200, which is that orange right there. We would come. I mean, I remember we were like slowly rising here. I said, look, we'll come here to that 200. If we got a rejection, you could short right there, and that would have been a great short. We came down here to 112. So far we put in that higher low. You know, we're kind of in the middle here. I believe we're gonna have a pendant, and maybe by mid-August plus, we'll figure out if we break to the upside or downside. That's my guess. No bull run. This is a bull run, man. What are you talking about? Bitcoin at record highs, right? Altcoins, a lot of altcoins doing well too. H bar, yeah, let's take a look at H bar. Big good, man, trying to retire. Maybe this bull market, man. Maybe this bull market you will. H bar had a great bounce here. Let's see where we can retrace down to here for H bar. Again, I still think there's some downside here for H bar, but not too much. We can see H bar coming back to 20 cents. Right near that 25, 19, 20 cents level. So if you see H bar at those levels, that'd be a good time. Shout out to the top likers. If you want to be a top likers, is right here. Okay, definitely like. Once we get 5,000 likes, we'll do the daily market of the day. So far we got Big Mo, Corlot, and I'm him, and then Lena. Shout out to the top likers here. You guys are doing great. So look, I'm bullish on H bar, but we can still come down to 20 cents. Short term, I'm bearish, but long term, I believe we'll get that bounce there, and then we'll take off 34 cents. We're gonna get that nice W pattern, and we're gonna get a W run here for H bar, in my opinion. So, Jasmine, not jazzing. Can you show Pengu? Yeah, we'll take a look at Pengu. Take a look at Pengu. Let's see where we can retrace down to. I told you to be careful of Pengu. This coin was coming down. I mean, we're basically out, near all-time highs from when it came out, and it's coming down here to this level. Right, this is that level right here. It's kind of clear that it's coming down here. Now we're slowly falling down here, so we can still have a big drop here, possibly to 0.29 for sure. Okay. And then if we lose that level, which is, I mean, if you lose that level, we're going to have a falling knife here for Pengu, possibly come here to that 50 MA. Right. So you don't want to lose that level. But there's a possibility here if we crash down here below 0.29. But either way, I'm bullish on Pengu. This coin didn't recover for no reason. We're just coming down here. I mean, it's just a huge cup and handle on the monthly. We're just coming down here. After we put in that handle, once the market starts to take off again, I believe this coin has a bright future. But Bitcoin back to 113, and we're slowly falling here. We were just at 114. We're slowly falling here. Let's see where we go. When Altcoin hit 88 cents, I'm waiting to buy. It will, man. It will. Waiting for 1 cent. If that was 15-minute time frame, I would have caught all of that. Crow. Crow's holding up pretty well here. We're still, in that 618. We broke out of that range right there. So the good thing is Crow didn't dump here at the market, because before the market started coming down, we actually had this this nice pump here, breaking that range, which was, you know, that 10 cents level. And now Crow is kind of consolidating here in the 618, which is good, right? We will probably consolidate here, and then eventually when the market starts to take off, there'll be a delay, and then Crow will start to move here to the next move, which is around 18 cents. But if you look at the weekly, that 200 in orange is the resistance here. That's where we got, I mean, look at that. We came exactly to that 200, not a coincidence. Tag that, and then we're back here in the 618. So I think Crow is showing good signs that this coin will start to recover, and it's just starting to slowly. This is the first step here. So I'm liking Crow, not gonna lie. QNT, let's take a look at QNT. Almost at, we got 7,000 likes. Let's do a daily market up to date here, and then we'll do all your coins. So stay tuned for the coins. Don't worry, we're gonna check all of them out. But let's do the daily market of the day. See the top coins here on the daily, which coins are up the most. Obviously a lot of coins are down. Ton is down 7%, Caspa 6%, Pengu's down 9%. A lot of coins down here. Sonic down 9%. I might pick up some more Sonic, and Floki down 7%. So a lot of coins down today. This is another cool thing here that I like, you know, based on the volume and ranking. So the coins that lost, right, like lost the most ranking are bigger, and then it shows their volume. So Bonk came down 5, right? They came down 5 ranked. They're number 52 right now. That's why it's the biggest, but it has the most volume, right? So this is bearish for Bonk right here. A lot of volume, and it came down 5 market cap. So I really like this feature here. Sonic as well. I think Sonic came down 5 as well, and it has a lot of volume. And then you'll see like MNT is the opposite. It has a ton of volume, but it went up 4. That's why it's blue here. So it went up 4. It passed 4 coins based on market cap. So you can kind of see right there, you know, this is a great feature. And then the daily and the price here, you see you know, a lot of coins down on the daily. Do I take the L on my crypto and sell, or just hold? Bonk isn't doing good for me. Well, it depends. Did you buy Bonk at the top? I mean, Bonk's been doing great. It just depends where you bought it at. But you know, you want to be patient if you believe in Bonk long term. But the coin where we're looking at is QNT. Let's check out QNT real quick, because QNT had a nice recovery here. Just getting rejected out that 0.5 130. So there's a big probability we'll retest 99 100 bucks, the 618. Okay, so I wouldn't be surprised if we retest these levels here and get a bounce, a higher low, and continue this uptrend. But either way, I like that QNT is not trading below that 618. It needed to break that 618 above 96, retest and make a support, and now I think it's just consolidating here before it breaks out to the next move at 174. So definitely looks pretty good. It's just short term, it's bearish. We're probably going to come down here a little bit more. Let's take a look at ETH, ICP. Yeah, let's take a look at ETH, because ETH's been holding it pretty well still. ETH has not been dumping here like a lot of altcoins have. But can it dump, right? Can ETH dump more? We'll see right here. We already came here. I'm actually in the long on the ETH that I'm still holding. I might add more to it. I got into the long here around 33,700, 33, yeah, around there. But you know, we're holding that 25 on ETH. We lost it. We're holding it again here on the daily. And the 4 hour, let's zoom in here on the 4 hour. Also on the 4 hour, right? If we lose this, I'll say the key here is the 4 hour. If we lose that 25 in the 4 hour, we'll retest that 200, which is around 33,300. You know, possibly come for a double bottom. So it might take a couple days, maybe a week, and then catch up with that 200, possibly get a double bottom right there for ETH, and then we're ready to go. Right, I can see something like that happening. But the key again is that 25 in yellow, that 25 MA. So far, that's support right here. All right. Yeah. Will you still be holding on to your crypto after next year? You're talking about going into next year? Possibly a portion of it. Yeah, possibly. It depends. It's situational. I want to see what happens Q4. But possibly a portion of it I will. Yeah. And man, I mean, ETH's 50 is all the way down here. I mean, we took off here for ETH recently on the weekly. It may draw down to discount. Possibly, yeah. Mo HD, what's up? Thanks for joining the live stream. Let's take a look at ICP now, because I know ICP, it came down a good amount. And it's, yeah, man, it came back down here to $5. We were around $6 here for ICP recently. You know, not the best looking chart, but still, I still believe ICP can break out of this channel. Right, it's in this, it's just ranging here ever since it came down here. And if you hold that range here, that range low, we'll eventually break out of this and come here to around $7. So I don't see ICP too bearish. It's just very choppy, right? It's a lot of choppy for ICP. You can kind of see why it got, you know, not just with the markets coming down, but that was the 200. So that would have been a great short right there on the daily. So we came up here to $6 ICP, hitting that 200 MA. The market's coming down. That's when you want to short. We even came down here to test it again, and boom. So this is definitely a time where you probably want to long, right? We're very oversold, but ICP long term, I think it will recover slowly. Crypto out, thank you, bro. Appreciate you on here. And shout out to all of you guys. We got 23,000 likes. Thank you guys so much. You guys been killing it. This is on TradingView. We're on TradingView right here. Yeah. So yeah, just a Bitcoin update here. That daily 50 MA has been holding here as support. We actually came here for a retest today to wick to it at 112. Honestly, guys, what I can see playing out here for Bitcoin, you know, on the bullish way is a Adam and Eve pattern could play out, right? We had the fast drop, and then we could have like a slow rounded bottom here. I can see something like that play out. I'm not gonna lie. See, we'll take it one day at a time, but yeah. Dogging me, we got dogging me. Filecoin targets. You take a look at vet. We'll take a look at dogging me. I kind of want to see dogging me real quick. Let's see how it's looking. Oh, we broke down to the, so this is pretty bearish here. We broke down to the downside here on this pennant. So not looking too good here for dogging me, to be honest, right? We broke down to the downside. We're resisting that 50 MA on the daily. So, I mean, man, this could be a huge drop here to possibly this level. Around 00034. Right? This could be a big drop here, breaking to the downside here. And then confirming that retest. So, I don't know. I might short dogging me, to be honest. I actually do hold a little bit in spot. But not looking too good here. Breaking out of that and resisting that 50 MA, right? So a coin of testing the positions out. All coins are, yeah, a lot of coins are retesting. Yeah, exactly what Simon said. Is that a good time to DCA? I would say so. That's what I've been doing, right? I share what I'm doing. Nothing here is financial advice, of course, but I share what I'm doing. The last 4 days I've been DCAing and a lot of altcoins. that already have a good amount in, right? So, you know, I'll share some of them here. I did buy Chainlink at 15 bucks. You know, I wanted to get more Litecoin, but it just shot up, right? I kind of missed out on Litecoin here around maybe I'll pull back here, but kind of missed out on Litecoin. And I did buy Cardano too. So even Cardano, you can see right here, Cardano I bought here. And like I said, exactly what Simon said, a lot of coins are retesting their previous resistance level. And HBAR is a perfect example of that. Because you look at HBAR's chart, you can kind of see we didn't just double bottom here at its previous resistance. We're also testing the previous resistance here from back in May. So that's why I said, I mean, HBAR can still come down here to as low as 19 cents. And if it holds that, it's going to be very bullish, right? I would say the probability, right? I love probability, high probability trades. The probability, if we come down here, I'm definitely going to look for a long. I'm ready to get in a long here for HBAR at that level. And a lot of these trades, a lot of my trades, I put it in ahead of time, because what happens is we'll have a really panic, right? A big panic day, wick all the way down there, and then we get a bounce. So that's what I like to do on a lot of my leverage trades. Yeah, HBAR. And regarding leverage trading, guys, I have my new campaign out for this month of August. As you guys know, if you use my link, you'll always get the bonuses for each campaign. So it's not just a one-time reward, but the new campaign is out. My live stream special campaign, you can get up to 400 future bonus if you use my link in the link bio, BitUnix. If you use my link and you deposit right here based on the deposit level, you get 400 futures bonus. And what this is awesome, because you're not going to be you know, paying the fees. You're gonna have more security, so you don't get liquidated, and you know, it's a great bonus to have here. So shout out to BitUnix. Definitely take advantage of that. And of course, I'll keep you guys updated on each campaign each month. You guys can get the best trading experience. Dot and Filecoin targets. Honestly, I don't think Filecoin and Dot has a big chance of recovering. I think it's I don't see them breaking their all-time highs, to be honest. They might go halfway. Gav's dad, how you doing, man? Thank you for the gift. Shout out to Gav's dad. Ada. But yeah, but Bitcoin has been coming down, and like Bitcoin, the 4 hour is key here, like I said. Not just the 4 hour, but the daily. And you guys remember 2 streams ago, we've been right on target, right? I told you guys 2 streams ago. Let's go. Gav's dad, thank you, bro. Appreciate the gifts. And Gav's dad unlocked the gift monkey. But like I said, 2 streams ago, I was talking about this level right here. We came to it. I even have proof here. I posted in the Discord. You know, I'm looking to short this level. Right? And I said this, I gotta, you know, find that, but that would have been a great short here back to 112. So and the reason why I say that, guys, is there was 2 reasons. You guys remember, right? The first one, that level was the same level where we got this big bounce back in July. But not just that, also the fact that that level was the 200 MA, which is in orange. Right there. So there's a this is why I love high probability trading. There's a high probability we'll get a rejection there, and we did. And that's when you want a chance at short, and that would have been a great short. So, you know, Bitcoin is kind of, I would say right now, it's kind of neutral, right? Obviously, you know, we came down a ton, but it's been holding this level. We've been putting this higher low. I honestly think it's going to kind of lag her out here and kind of form like a pendant here. All right. As we go more towards August, after mid-August, I would say we start to really pivot to the upside, in my opinion. And what you want to watch too for Bitcoin to see if it flips bearish is that daily 50 MA. You see that daily 50 MA in teal? It's been heavy support. Heavy support right here. So, I mean, what you can say, if we lose that 50 MA, we'll probably come to 110. That's what we'll be watching. If we lose that 50 MA here on the daily, I'll probably short. But so far, we're holding it strong. So there's nothing to worry about it so far. Grabbed another $100 of turbo. That's awesome, man. I bought some turbo too. I bought some turbo today too. But I got to the amount of holdings that I'm comfortable now with turbo. Thanks to this dip. I mean, I was, I got I would say 1/3 more of what I had before. So now I'm pretty satisfied with my turbo holdings. And I would have not had that with this dip because turbo is pretty high up there. But with this dip, it came down a good chunk, and I was able to buy. Honestly, I don't like to share, for just privacy purpose. I don't like to share how much coins, but it's not, it's not a crazy amount. It is one of my top meme coins for sure, though, in terms of holding. A little bit more than Brett for sure. Cardano, we'll take a look here at Cardano. Cardano's another one I've been buying a ton of, and I got some more Cardano. 2 million. That's awesome, man. I think that's a lot. Let me see. I forgot how much I had in turbo. Let me see. I think it's a lot more than what I have for sure. So let me check out here. Yeah, that's definitely a lot. Wait. Point. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm confused here with the millions, but yeah, that's definitely a lot more than what I have. So, I mean, I think turbo is gonna do really well. So you're definitely gonna make some bank. Turbo versus Brett for returns. To be honest, I have both. I have a little bit more turbo because I think turbo will give some more gains in terms of return. Right. What's going on with Toshi? So apparently I made a TikTok on Toshi in a video, and man, my Toshi video has been doing beast on YouTube. We got over 1,000 views. It's my price prediction on Toshi, but apparently they got listed on Binance Alpha, and there, people got airdrop Toshi. So a lot of bullish things happening for Toshi. Easy, what's up, bro? How long did it take you to become a pro? I don't know. I want to say I'm a pro, right? I started in 2019, and I just been learning on my own. But thank you, bro. I appreciate it. So regarding Cardano, I think it's a good time here to get Cardano. I think this is a great coin. You can see how we had that retest at the 618. We might not come down. I mean, that might be the bottom right here. 51 cents from back 3 months ago. And the worst case scenario is we retest 61 cents here at the 618 again. All right, we come here to 60 cents, which is the top of the 618. But even if we come down that low for Cardano, I'm still gonna be super bullish. I'm gonna buy even more. Okay, I'll buy even more here, around 65, 60 cents. That depends a lot on Bitcoin. The Bitcoin dumps, but so far Cardano, if we look here on the daily, we came here to 67 cents. So hasn't been too terrible, right? But again, you can see 60 cents is that next level here. So that's what you want to watch here for Cardano. We also see we had that golden cross, and very soon we're gonna have another golden cross here for Cardano with the 50 crosses that 200. That's gonna be bullish too. So definitely liking Cardano for sure. And so far it's been holding the weekly 50 and the 50 on the daily. If we lose that 50 on the daily, which is around 68 cents, we'll probably come here to 60, 61 cents, in my opinion. So welcome, guys. Don't forget to like. yeah, I do have a fan. My bad. Let me turn it on here. Thanks for the feedback. You think Bitcoin going to hold around here? Man, I don't know, to be honest. I think, like I said, it's situational, right? So Bitcoin, that support is the 50 on the daily, the 50 MA. If you lose that support, we'll for sure come here to 110. 110, 111. Right, that support right now is around 112, 600. So if you lose that support right here on the daily, which is clear bottom right here so far, we'll probably come to 110. And then there's actually a big possibility we can test that 100, which is around 108. Okay. Last time we hit that 100 on the daily was, man, it's been a while. It's actually when Bitcoin was 91K right here, it just blasted through that 100. Hasn't seen it since. So, but it's situational, right? We have to keep holding that 50 right there, that 50 MA, which it has. But we've been right on, and you got to respect these MAs. You got to respect these MAs, because I said 2 streams ago, I said on the 4-hour, as we were starting to come up here for Bitcoin, I said, okay, it looks like Bitcoin is going to retest this exact level around the 200 MA in orange, which was also the previous big bounce it had here, and it got rejected. And that was a great short. I even posted in the Discord as we were coming up here, get ready to short, and boom. Right, so kind of right now Bitcoin's kind of neutral. We put in a higher low, but we're still, we're probably gonna form like a pendant here, some type of pendant, and then make a decision later in August. Right, so man, dude, you're so chill. Please don't lose a big toe. Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you to all you guys on YouTube. Thank you for all the likes. Crypto with the funny emojis. Good evening, NW. Can you look at Solana? Yeah. Thank you for the follows, guys. Thank you for the new follows, by the way. Shout out to I Am Him. Man, I Am Him is a king right now. I Am Him, biggest liker. Then we got Big Mo and Technological. So let's take a look here at Solana, because I'm liking Solana. I'm liking what it's doing here. Let's just hope that this isn't just a big bear flag, right? And we break to the downside, because it could be. Right? If it is, right, we break down to the downside on the bear flag. We can come here for 108 and possibly get a double bottom here, and then start to work our way up. That's if you break here to the downside out of this possible bear flag. But Solana, let's see right here. Let me go here on the daily. So Solana, look, Solana had a golden cross here. 25 over the 200. Bullish, right? And now we're getting that second golden cross. So this is very bullish. We're getting that second golden cross to 50 over the 200. And during this, we came here for a retest, and we're holding that 50. So this is pretty good here. As long as we hold that 50, we don't break out of this structure here and come here and test 147, then we should be good here for Solana. Right, so the daily is looking pretty good here. And you can even see here before here when Solana had that big drop, we hit that. I mean, look at that to the 10. This is definitely not a coincidence right here. That 200 MA on the weekly to the wick. Look at that. And then that was the bottom. Right? And since then, we've been putting in higher lows, and we can come here to 151, put in another higher low, and continue this uptrend. So yeah, I'm very bullish on Solana. I don't think this coin is going to crash. You know, you just got to watch out to that monthly. Possibly head and shoulders, right? But yeah. Anytime, bro. Thank you for the roses, by the way. Let's actually take a look here at the total market cap, the crypto market, which is important, right? The total market cap for the crypto market, 3.6 trillion. And this is why I'm bullish too. Even the total market cap is doing a retest. So even the total market cap is doing a retest here from the highs back in December. Wow. So this makes me even more bullish and kind of, you know, definitely more confident buying these altcoins, because, you know, we're doing a retest here of the new all-time highs here from back in December, right before Trump came in. You know, we broke through that recently, and now we're retesting those levels right there. You know, there's a chance we can come down here lower. If we do, I would say the next level is 345, around here, which would be a, you know, a big drop. But again, we can hold these levels too, right, if we're bullish enough. So yeah, definitely a healthy correction. We can't keep going up only, right? Dogecoin, please. We'll take a look at Dogecoin. Total market cap is high. Bitcoin is high. Bitcoin down is near 70%. Alts bleeding to Bitcoin still, because Bitcoin is high. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance also. I told you we're gonna get a bounce here on Bitcoin dominance. We were at 61. Bounce exactly on that 50 MA. So again, Bitcoin dominance, I can see this going back up still. I don't think the top is possibly in yet. It could be possibly in once Bitcoin hits 150K or above that. But what I see happening, honestly, is, you know, once Bitcoin starts to move up, it's gonna leave the altcoins behind a little bit, you know, for a short period of time, and then altcoins are gonna start to pick up. But Dogecoin, let's take a look at Dogecoin. Let's see how it's doing here. SoFi, what's up? Water Buffalo, what's up, man? Thank you guys for joining on YouTube. Don't forget to like. Dogecoin, man, look at Dogecoin on that 25 on the weekly. Look at that. We're trying to hold that 25 on the weekly. Let's see where the 100 is at, because we lose that. Yeah, I mean, the 100 is all the way here at 16 cents again. Hope to God we don't hit that 16 cents Dogecoin again. Probably 17 cents by the time you know, if you lose that. So yeah, man, I mean, we definitely don't want to go there, but it's a possibility if we lose that 25, right? Start coming down here to 19, 18. On the daily though, you see, this is another thing. You usually want to buy when all the MAs are kind of tight like that. That's usually when you want to buy, and then you want to sell when they're like this. You see what I'm saying? When they're like spread it out like this, gapped out like that, boom, those are the best times to sell. Best times to buy, like last pre-bull market for Dogecoin, was right here. Look at that. You see how they're all tangled up, right? Like wired earbuds, they're all tangled up right there. Those were the best times to buy, even right here. And then the best times to sell is when they have this huge gap between all of them. So that's kind of what we're getting right here for Dogecoin. But I believe very soon we're gonna spread, you know, we're gonna start to spread out here in order and gap out once once Dogecoin makes a major move to the upside. But we're holding that 50 on the daily, so pretty good. It's kind of like, you know, we're just chopping around between the 50 and 200, right? We come here, hold the 50, 200, get rejected, and then very soon we'll make a decision. Link Sui, can you look at Hash AI, Tars AI? Which one? They're different coins, right? If you guys want to know which coin I'm looking at, it's always right here on the right side. So Hash AI, we'll take a look at it. Hash AI. I think it's this one right here. Can you look at Cookie DAO? Sure, I'll take a look at Cookie DAO. Hopefully it's here. So Hash AI. Man, I mean, this coin. Yeah, I mean, this coin is in a huge pendant, right? See right here. It's huge pendant. We came up here. We got a rejection here on the 50, so it is pretty bearish here. It just, if you lose this low, if you lose this uptrend, then it's not looking good. So far, it's kind of, it's still bullish, right? So far, it's still kind of bullish. It just, it cannot come here to retest these lows and lose this pendant. We need to find support here at the bottom of the pendant and then start to work our way up and then eventually break out. All right, so that's what I want to, you should definitely watch out here for. If it breaks this level right here, we should be definitely bearish here, but yeah. I mean, it's not the worst chart for sure. I mean, we've been in this pendant, this uptrend, so just pulling back here to these levels, potentially putting in a higher low right there. Can you please take a look at Popcat after? Popcat. And guys, don't worry, we're gonna take a look at all your favorite coins here. This is what I love to stream, guys. By the way, we know the whole point of my stream is to find these targets to where you can buy your favorite coins. Right? It's not the time to panic. These are the times you got to be the most bullish. And I mean, the time to panic is when we get, you know, over 1,000 viewers on here. That's the time to panic. But Popcat also retracing down, right? So a lot of coins are retracing down, coming down here to this level, already bounced here. And I mean, look, as long as we don't break the structure here, we should be good. This could possibly be a Adam and Eve, right? We have a boom and then like a slow bottoming here and start to work our way up. We can have something like that play out. So you want to watch out here if it loses that, you know, if it comes here for a test here and breaks that 25 cents level. We start closing here under 25 cents. All right. So we can definitely not lose that 25 cents here. But it's gonna trick a lot of people, right? It's gonna trick a lot of people to sell at these levels when it'll probably be like a slow rounding out bottom here and start moving up. So what I would say is wait a couple days, maybe a week, to kind of see what it does here. Does it keep dumping, or does it consolidate here? You know, do something like that. Starts forming an uptrend. That's when you accumulate more. Just to be safe, of course. AVT, yeah, I heard a lot of good things about AVT. I think it's on Coinbase too. Cookie DAO, let me know if you're still here. Do you want me to take a look at Cookie DAO? If you do, comment. Let me know if you're still here. Yeah, Tars AI. I forgot about Tars AI. But yeah, this is a great time to look at lower cap coins that are down until a ton, and see which ones you guys think. Yeah, okay, I got you. You guys think will recover. So yeah, man, Tars AI. Well, you came back up here, and then we had a big rejection, which, you know, was kind of clear. Right now, though, it's not completely bearish, right? It's bearish short term, but we can very well put in a higher low here and then have a big bounce and then break that support. Okay, because we're not gonna break it on the first attempt. That's why I said here when I looked at TARS AI during that time. I remember. So very well. I like, again, V shape, right? And then a nice rounding out, and then we start to move back up. So I would say it's a good undervalued coin to buy. It's just be careful, right? Wait a couple days. Wait a couple days to see if it keeps dumping in this heavy downtrend, or we can consolidate here, create a range, and then start to create an uptrend. So that's what I'll look here for TARS AI, but there's still definitely some hope for this coin for sure. And Cookie DAO. Yeah, I forgot about this coin. Let's see here on Gate. See how we're looking here for Cookie DAO. Okay, so last 3 months we've been down here for Cookie DAO. And yeah, man, I mean, to be honest, it's not looking bullish here, because you can kind of see what happened. Right, we came here for a retest, put in the higher low, broke that heavy support here, and then even this week we came up here to resist it, right? So it's showing a lot of signs that it might come down here to this low again, to retest those lows and find a double bottom here possibly for Cookie. So if it does that, I mean, it would be here around 0.8, 0.87, right? 0.8 around here, which is a pretty big drop. So short term, I mean, if we hold that or we put in the higher low, then we're looking good. And you can kind of see, right? It's a head and shoulders playing out. Right? We have the head, shoulder, which is the lower high. And then we're playing out now. So we lose that neckline. So if we actually get the measured move. Yeah. Look, even the measured move is telling you the same level that I said. It's the same level coming here for a double bottom retest. So, yeah, just what I see here on Cookie, to be honest. Still, Bonds BO, Bitcoin gonna hold, or are we going to 109? So again, regarding Bitcoin, we're holding so far, right? That 50 MA on the daily is key. We lose that, then there's a possibility we come to 108, which basically is the 100. And last time we were at the 100 on the daily here was when Bitcoin was like 91K over here. We haven't touched that 100 in green since then. So I mean, that's what I would guess here. If we lose that 50, which we've been holding like a beast right here so far, we lose that, you can possibly catch up here the 100, 109, maybe even 110, depending where we are. I'm on TradingView, but where I leverage trade, where I trade crypto and leverage trade is BitUnix. And if you guys want to check out my campaign, it's up right now. You can get up to 400 bonus if you guys sign up right here, depositing, depending on your deposit. So check out BitUnix. They're KYC free, VPN free. And it's where I like to scalp trade, swing trade. I have a trade right now on ETH from 3,300. I have a long right now. Link, yeah, let's take a look at Chainlink. Do you think Bonk, Floki, and Pepe will be able to burn a couple zeros? Yeah, for sure. I think those meme coins will. I think they'll do good. Man, shout out to I'm Him. 7,000 likes, man. Amazing. Thank you, bro. But again, Water Buffalo, I'm not saying Cookie DAO won't be bullish long term, right? It's just short term is looking pretty bearish. So we were looking here at Chainlink, 16 bucks. I was looking to put in a long on Chainlink, but I kind of missed out on that. Let's see if it can come back here to 15 or even lower. Because you can kind of see we're doing, you know, we broke out of here, doing a retest of this level right here. And man, we're holding that 50 MA on the weekly, which is good. You definitely want to see that. We're Chainlink. The bad thing is we're getting that cross right there, right? That 25-50 cross. That's the bad thing. But as long as we hold these levels here and we start to move up here with the market, we'll get that flip back again eventually. And on the daily, we're testing the 50 here on the daily. So, you know, I would say if we lose that 50 MA, we'll probably retest 1430, 1450. I'll say is a good level to get a bounce here. Which, if I were to guess, might be near the 100. No, the 100 is a little higher, but I would say if we lose that 50, which is around 1550, we have a drop here to around 1450 around here. So again, it can still happen, especially if Bitcoin pulls back to 110, 108. It can very well happen here. Risebeyond says XRP will go back to $1. What makes you think that? Zachary, what's up, bro? What do you think about Solana? And do you think tariffs are going to stop the bull run? No, I don't think tariffs are going to stop it. I mean, even the last pullbacks regarding tariffs, I think the interest rate drops are going to help the bull run. And we know for sure the odds went up a ton on that now. So it's kind of obvious now that Powell is going to drop rates September. And we know with that dropping, that's going to fuel this market, more liquidity, right? Increase more money printing. So that's going to be good for the bull market. And regarding Solana, I think Solana is a great coin. Still very undervalued here at these levels. And, you know, my targets for Solana long term, 600 to 1,000 possibly. So long term, I could see Solana, this bull market, hitting above 600. And for ETH, I think I said like 8,000 to 10K. All right. Even on the monthly, you can see that beautiful bouncing off the 618. Look at that. That was an amazing bounce here off the 618. And we've been holding it very well for ETH. Right? Again, it's not a guarantee that we retest that 2,500. It's not guaranteed, right? We can come here and take off from right there. But selling zone here for ETH, 7,761 to 9,422, around 10K. Can you check out Coinbase? Sure. So Lewis will be August a happy crypto month. I believe towards mid-August, I believe we'll start to turn around. So I am bullish after mid-August. I'm bullish on XRP. It's one of my top holdings based on profit. And regarding Coinbase, I mean, Coinbase had a great recovery. I don't check stocks too often, but you know, we'll do Coinbase because it's a crypto stock. I mean, Coinbase was at 32 bucks here back in 2023. You can see I had a really nice inverted head and shoulders, boom, played out, and then we took off. And that's another thing, right? A top signal last cycle was when Coinbase IPO'd that was a top signal, right? In just a couple months, we topped out and down we went. So I believe that'll be another top signal this bull market. Once you start to see more crypto IPOs, maybe Kraken, maybe Gemini, whatever crypto companies start to IPO, that could definitely be a top signal. But as far as Coinbase, I see it going to 646 to 836 being the top. So I'll be looking at Coinbase too to possibly see if we're near a top in the market. Right now, if we pull back, could be the last. We are very close to parabolic run. Just matter. Yeah, I agree for sure. And when you actually look at Bitcoin too, guys, I mean, look at this. We look very similar here to pre 2017. You see how it just looks very similar here. Actually, if I do the other one here, it looks better. Just insane how similar it looks. All right. All right, this was before going into 2017. All right, you can see right there. Compare it to right now. Get that, compare it to right now. It's very similar. I mean, look at it. It's very similar. See? But again, once you start to see those explosive moves like we did here in 2017, we just start to boom, boom, you know, break out of this level. That's when the top is most likely going to be near. You think we top in November, December, everything is still down from December 2024. Yeah, so I mean, look, if we top out December, November, I would say that plays out the 4-year cycle. Because I just posted a video regarding the 4-year cycle. I'll show you here my special 4-year cycle chart. Again, if you guys want to have access to my indicators in my chart, check out my my WAP membership. You guys will have access to my indicators and chart. But this is my 4-year cycle chart. And last cycle we topped out 579 days from the halving. The halving is it's each vertical line here. Okay. The one before that was 518 days. So very similar times, right? 517 days here before the halving. And the one before that was 365. So I mean, the pattern here is that each cycle has been increasing days, right? So there's a possibility this one might increase some days too. Right now we're at 487. I think it's a little bit more now. If you go, let's go here on the daily to kind of see. Yeah, so it's a little bit more now. It's probably gonna be okay. 487. Yeah, 487. So we're getting near. But I predict, just like the past 2-3 cycles, I predict this one is gonna be a little longer too. If we actually get the previous cycle length and we put it here, let's see where it takes us. It takes us to November 2025. November 2025. So there's a possibility that could be the top during that time, or December. But there's also a possibility we can kind of, you know, add more days here, just like we added more days last cycle. 418 days to 579. We can definitely add more days in this cycle, especially with breaking all-time highs before the halving, which that has never done before, and the interest rate drops kind of being delayed, right? Because we know Powell's just been delaying them. So all that plays out for sure. Thank you guys for the likes. You guys been killing it. Shout out to you guys here on YouTube, on TikTok. Oh, so regarding SUI, I posted my price prediction for SUI today. I'll talk about Sui here in a little bit, but check out the video. If you guys haven't subscribed yet to my YouTube channel, we got 38,000. And I made a price prediction on Sui today. Check out that video. But I'm bullish on Sui. I can see this coin really taking off here to 16 to 25 bucks or so. All right. So 15 to 25 bucks. The highest I see it going is 60 bucks. But definitely check it out. I go deep into Sui and I show you other things too, like market cap and other things like that. I do like So. I'm bullish on it. Yeah. Litecoin, I got you. Why do you think their bull run is taking so long? I mean, a big thing is, you know, we're still not in quantitative easing officially, but we're just in the beginning stages. We're about to start going into quantitative easing with the rate drops, right, and other factors. So I'll say that's a big issue. So Litecoin has been holding it very strong. Hasn't really dumped here at the market, so it's a good sign here for Litecoin. Retesting its past February and January top. Obviously, it's gonna get some resistance here, but you know, after we pull back, if we pull back here for Litecoin, you know, honestly, we can pull back here to 110. You can have a pullback back to 110, 111. But I'd be careful shorting it, right? I think it's going to continue to the momentum to the upside. And the next move here for Litecoin is probably going to be to 141, 140 level. But Litecoin is looking great. And you kind of see here on the monthly a huge inverted head and shoulders, which is what you want to see, right? Boom. Right to the upside. So yeah, if you actually kind of get that breakout, brings us to near all-time highs here for Litecoin, around 280. So very bullish on Litecoin. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get some Litecoin news regarding ETFs soon. It might be smart money accumulating Litecoin here at the levels in anticipation to that Litecoin ETF news. If we break 93K, charts cooked. Yeah, I mean, if we break 93K, man, that would be that 50 MA on the weekly, which I've been telling you guys, that 50 MA on the weekly is the confirmation whether we enter the next bear market. You can see each big pullback, we bounced on that 50 MA, which is in teal. And right now, that 50 MA is around 92, 93K. So, you know, last bull market, you can see how that 50 MA kind of played a big role right there. We bounced off of it twice. Boom, boom. And then the third time, we lost it and it became resistance. So you wanna keep your eyes on that 50 MA on the weekly. What's up, Spencer? None of your biz. Doge is good, but I'm talking about Doge and Lizard. What? Yeah, Dogecoin. Like, I'm very bullish on Dogecoin. Sure, I think it's gonna fly. Dogecoin is looking exactly like last bull market, pre-bull market, just more bullish, right? In a way, you can kind of see right here. Bitcoin low target. Yeah, Bitcoin low target, I'll say 108. Holding altcoins is pretty pointless. Just trade them and move on. What's the name of which indicator? Which one are you talking about? You're talking about this one? And let's actually take a look here at the total 3. I kind of want to see what the total 3 is up to. Yes. Okay, so this one. So to be honest, this is actually my private indicator I made, but it's, you can actually, all you do is you just add a bunch of MAs. So you just search here, moving averages. Right, so you just search moving averages. And you just add a bunch of these moving averages right here. And then what I did was, you know, it's kind of annoying having a bunch of them, like 6 of them stacked up. So I made my own indicator, my own private indicator. And I just created my 6 MAs. So I, you know, the 8, 25, 50, 100. And I made it just into one indicator. That's what I did. But you can make it yourself. And all you got to do once you make it, you go to inputs. And then you, on the length, you put the amount that you want, right? So, yeah. But let's take a look here at the total. Total market cap, total 3. We're still in this massive uptrend. And honestly, like the total 3, the way I look at the total 3, I just believe it's going to look like the total 1 eventually. So you see how the total 3 is still below that December, January top right there? We're kind of testing it right now, right? You can kind of see why we pulled back, because the total 3 was testing that right now. Second time, right? I believe the total 3 will look like the total 1 eventually. And the total 1 looks like this. The total 1 right now, the difference is the total 1 is above the January, December top. We're just coming down for a retest. So while the total 3 is kind of here still trying to break it, getting resistance, pulling back, the total 1 is retesting it. But eventually, I believe it'll look like this eventually. And I mean, that's what it's been doing here as we've been going up too. But it's in this massive pendant here ever since. Multi-year pendant. You can see, let's go here to the 6 month. On the yearly too, right? On the yearly, you can kind of see 1, 2, 3, and then that 30 year, 2021, we exploded, and we're in our 30 year now. So maybe next year, 2026, we have that red candle. Thank you for the likes, by the way, guys. You guys been killing it today. Bitcoin also on the yearly, very bullish here too. We can see we're on a 30 yearly candle. So if we continue this pattern next year, we'll probably print a red candle 2026, which is my expectation. That's what I believe will happen. But again, it doesn't mean as soon as we hit 2026 we'll be red. We can have a scenario where, you know, we have that massive explosion in Q4, and then we continue green into 2026, but then mid 2026 we pull back, right, flip red, and then we start dumping, and then we close out the year in red. We can have something like that, you know, just as an example. But you definitely want to keep your eyes on Bitcoin on the yearly. XRP, please don't spam. I'll check out your coins. Just don't spam. Oh yeah, Jasmine. I haven't taken a look at Jasmine yet. And shout out to the top liker, Big Mo. Thank you for the likes. Jasmine is another coin I bought more of. We can see on the weekly we got rejected on that 50 MA. But you know, I believe Jasmine will keep this uptrend. You know, put in the higher low here somewhere. Possibly we can dump down here to pull back here to around 0.1287. Right, so there's still more space here for Jasmine to pull back to. Look here on the week, on the daily too. We're about to get that bullish crossover. Even with this pullback, we're gonna soon cross that 25 and 200, which is bullish. So we hold this level here, put in a higher low, and then we start to move up, and that 25 crosses the 200. That's what I can see happening for Jasmine. Again, Jasmine had this big fall because we had to fill in this gap here from this God candle that we had here for Jasmine. So it filled in this huge gap, and now we're ready to get that support back in control here. So, and honestly, the Jasmine, I think I talked about Jasmine, are kind of looking like a, you know, Adam and Eve pattern bottom. You can kind of see some Adam and Eve bottom here for Jasmine, right, as we're, you know, starting to go up. But I am bullish on Jasmine. And man, thank you guys so much. We're at 111K. Insane. You guys been killing it. Anytime. XRP, SUI. What's my prediction for Quant, Ondo, and VeChain? VeChain. Okay. We'll check out VeChain. And then we'll check out Quant, Ondo, and XRP, and SUI. Okay, just give me a sec, guys, because I got to move my car. So I'll be back in literally like 2 minutes. So just give me a sec. I'll be right back. All right, back, guys. We are back. We are back. Let's check out your favorite coins. But man, thank you for the likes, guys. You guys have been killing it. V-Chain. Let's take a look at V-Chain. See what it's doing here. XRP is down almost 1K. Really? Where did you buy XRP? Around what price? So you can kind of see that top right there was that 200. But honestly, I see V-Chain, you know, basically putting a inverted head and shoulders playing out right here. As long as it doesn't retest these lows, we should be good. We're probably gonna chop out here. And this bull flag here a little bit. But I see it putting in a second shoulder. And then starting to move out to the upside, right? So we might see some boring price action here for V-Chain before it starts to move up here to over 3 cents. But once it breaks that 200 right here on the daily, that's when it's gonna really move big. Okay, so I'm bullish on V-Chain. It's just gotta be patient on it. Buy at 292.3. Okay, so you bought at 3. Take a look at XRP. So it's at 293. I'll check out Suya. I got you, man. Look, I mean, there's a chance XRP has bottomed here. You know, going to 275. I said we have a chance of going to 260, which we still do, but we had that massive drop to 273, and you pulled back pretty nicely. But I see if it drops more, I would say that 260 level is probably the bottom. You know, I see XRP. I don't see it crashing down here, but if we do crash here to, you know, 260, I see that being the bottom right here, because the previous top was right there around 260. It'll be near that 50 MA too, so. But we might not go down that low, right? This might be the bottom. Again, what I predict is we're gonna see some boring price action here for the rest of August. I mean, the rest of, you know, till August 15th or so, and then we'll possibly start to break out and change mid-August. So like, I hold XRP. I'm up a ton on it, but I'm really not. I'm buying more, to be honest. I'm adding more to my holdings. Your Shiba's down 15 bucks. Yeah, that's the thing too, right, guys? Like, if you guys just started buying crypto too, especially at these prices, don't be looking every day to see how, you know, how much it's down, right? Things like that, because that can definitely kind of mess with your mind and eventually lead you to panic selling. You know, which is what they want. They want you to panic sell at the lows and then buy later on when it's much higher. But you want to have a long-term mindset, at least long-term, you know, for at least 3 more months, 3 to 4 more months possibly. But Shiba, look, Shiba's not that bad either. Shiba is at a great, very undervalued coin. And we're seeing a lot of bullish divergence here too, right? Higher low. Lower low here on stochastic. So this is bullish, hidden bullish divergence on Shiba. And we're holding this level here, which was the previous bear market resistance level. Flu, what's up, Flu? Thanks for joining the live stream, man. Appreciate it. 15K. Oh wow, I thought it was $15. Not 15K. So I'm pretty sure you bought it way up there, right? Look, regarding Shiba, I also see inverted head and shoulders playing out. I gotta make a video on this, so we'll see if my predictions come true. You know, kind of similar to V-Chain. I see a kind of inverted head and shoulders playing out if you don't test the bottom. So you might have a couple more weeks here before we really start to move up and pivot. This is why I'm bullish until mid-August, heading September. All right, long time ago, yeah. But look, I hold Shiba. I'm holding on for the long term. If you actually look at it, Shiba, yes, it came down a lot, but this was a good sign here. The fact that Shiba had this massive explosion is a sign it's still well and alive. All it's been doing now is it had this big pullback to flip that bear market resistance level. Right, so we're building support here so we can get a nice bounce. If Shiba was dead, we'll still be down here, you know, at these levels here. We're putting in a new low. If that was the case, I would be bearish on Shiba. Yeah, let's check out my prediction on Quant and Sui as well. We'll do Sui next year. My prediction on Quant. So honestly, I think Quant, you know, recovering here, which it is recovering. I think there's a possibility Quant can possibly go to 763 to 9,968. All right. So I those are my levels I see for Quant. Right there. Right now it's kind of in the 618 level, but once we break out of here, we start going to 146 and then that 196 level, 192. I can see Quant topping out here at 700. I mean, its all-time high was 418, right? So I mean, that's basically like a 2x from its all-time high. So it's not too crazy. It's not too crazy. And Quant has one of the best tokenomics out there too. So regarding Sui, let's take a look at it. How do you guys like this coin? Thank you guys for the follows, by the way. You see a double bottom on Sui. On what time frame? Yeah, I'm very bullish on Sui. This is another coin I've been buying more of. But I'm kind of getting an Adam and Eve vibe here on Sui. Adam and Eve vibe. I gotta make a video on this prediction. A lot of coins are showing Adam and Eve vibes here, where we can round out here and, you know, start to move to the upside. So I can see that forming, which is a type of double bottom for sure. But I see Sui going to at least 15 bucks, right? At least 15 bucks to 25. Can you give these numbers on fetch? Yeah, we'll do fetch again. I think last time I did it was let's see here. So fetch. My fetch sell zone here, I can see going to at least 8 bucks. At least 8 bucks there, which is not too bad here from where it's at. That would be a 10x. So it's pretty good. I mean, that could be the top right there for fetch. So 8 bucks to 11 could be the top, possible top for fetch. It's good to see what it's doing out here at the 618. I bought it when it was at 66. Oh wow. Don't know if I should leave it there or hope it'll go back up. I mean, I'm holding my SHIB. Maybe you want to diversify in other coins that you're bullish on, but I'm holding most of mine. Yeah, Ondo. Yeah, we'll do Ondo too. I gotta do an Ondo price prediction on YouTube. By the way, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have a price prediction playlist. You kind of see an inverted head and shoulders playing out for Ondo. Well, I'll start selling from its all-time high. Right, I'll ladder out, right? So for fetch, regarding fetch, my exit strategy for fetch would be, you know, take a little bit of profits here at 230, around 230, maybe like 5%, 10%, whatever. And then at its all-time high, take 10%, 350. And then, you know, you want to ladder out, you know, depending where we are in the market, you know, take 50% at 8 or, you know, more. And if it leaves, maybe leave a little bit to see if it goes up here and tags 12 bucks. All right. Based on the 618, the highest I see it going is to 23 bucks, but the high probability is that most likely it'll top out between 8 to 11. The high probability. Okay. What's up, Bruno? Bitcoin billionaire and Gene. Thank you guys for coming to the YouTube. I'll answer your question. I got you guys. We were about to check out Ondo right here, but Bruno says, can you see the Ether Visita project? Yeah, just tell me the tag. Tell me the tag for the coin. I only see us hitting 108k is if we break that 50 MA, which is around 112,600. I'll show you here in my Bitcoin update. But so far we're holding it, so no. ZBC, I got you guys. Don't worry, we'll check out all your coins. And Gene says, do you see Pepe will break 0003? I'll check it out. I'll check it out. I got you. So Ondo, very bullish on Ondo. Looks like it's forming an inverted head and shoulders. Let's see. All right, we're coming here to that 618. So I mean, I could see Ondo possibly 3 to 359. You know, I know it's not a ton, and the 618 brings it to around 506. So, you know, it's not the worst for Ondo, but just some levels right there I can see it going to. Regarding Pepe, let's see Pepe. Let's see if it can break that 0003. You're talking to the upside, right? I mean, based on my price prediction, highest I see Pepe going is 0033. So technically, yes. But most likely, right, the high probability is that 00012 to 0008 is the top. But it's possible, right? I could see it hitting that 618. We've seen coins do this before. We've seen a lot of coins do this before. We would just have to see Pepe moving fast with the market and not be delayed like a lot of coins are, like ICP is. So we'd have to see something like that. So very fast price action. Thank you guys for the likes, by the way. The gifts. Shout out to Bricks. Thank you, Bricks. Yeah, Pepe does follow ETH. It is an ETH coin. Shout out to the top likers, Big Mo. I'm him. Man, you guys got thousands of likes. Insane. Yeah, for this bull run, I would say. For this bull run. H-bar, please. We got H-bar. Let's take a look at H-bar again. Again, H-bar. I'm bullish on H-bar. The pullback here, I see H-bar coming to 20-19 cents possibly, but I see more potential to go. I see the probability more upside for H-bar long term. I don't think this coin will crash, but you can kind of see we're getting a pullback, a retest of that previous top here back in May. So what I believe H-bar will do is You know, it'll come down here for Bitcoin too. Go back here, and then we'll put a higher low right there. So, you know, we're looking for a higher low here for H bar, and that's the level right there, around 19-20 cents. Bitcoin dominance. We'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at Bitcoin dominance here at 61%. Bitcoin's dominance starting, you know, starting this uptrend here on the daily. If we are bullish here on altcoins, this might be like a bear flag and we break down to the downside, right? If we do have a big dump here, we'll probably break support and come here into the 59 level. But I'm more bullish on Bitcoin dominance. I believe once Bitcoin starts to move again to the upside, it's going to kind of leave altcoins lagging behind, and we'll have a big move for Bitcoin dominance to the upside. That's what I believe. And you can kind of see even Bitcoin dominance coming down here too, to this major retest here from this top back in November. All right, so we came down here. And most likely we'll get a bounce here to the upside. Constellation DAG and RSR. I got you, man. RSR. A lot of coins, people asking for RSR. This is another coin I've been accumulating. Reserve rights, which isn't looking too bad either. Right, ever since 2022, we've been in this nice channel, and now we're just starting to consolidate here for RSR. We're gonna get another bullish golden cross here for RSR. We just got one here with 25 and the 200, and very soon we'll get that 50 and the 200. So again, these are the times you want to buy. You want to buy when the MAs are kind of tangled here, right, and starting to form an order. And then you want to sell when we look like this, right? That's when you want to sell. So the result of this is an explosion in price. So when these coins start to explode, you're going to start to see these huge gaps, and they're going to be in order, right? In my case, it's 25, the 50, and the 200. During the bear market, it's the opposite. It's 200, the 50, the 25. And then as we're starting to move up, right, we're tangling up here. That's when you want to buy before we have that massive explosion to the upside. But I'm bullish on RSR. I think this is a buying opportunity. You're just pulling back here. And ever since the bear market, it's been in this nice uptrend. So very bullish on it. I got 800K. What? You think Chainlink and Filecoin will reach? I think Chainlink will. Filecoin probably not. There's just too much inflation on Filecoin. And we talked about this last stream. One of my favorite sites here. One of my favorite sites here is this one right here. Is coinmarketcapof.com, and this is why I'm bearish on Filecoin, because there's just so much inflation on it. Because when you actually look at it, we're gonna compare the market cap from last cycle to this cycle. All right, you can kind of see here Filecoin. So Filecoin last top was 233. And this is a great website. It's free, marketcapof.com. So you get, we get Filecoin. And then we compare Filecoin to Filecoin, but we're comparing the market cap. So what price would Filecoin be if it had the same market cap as 2021 when it was 233 bucks? If it had that same market cap amount in Filecoin right now, it would be 18 bucks, right? 17.96. 18 bucks. So that shows you there's a lot of inflation since then. Right? This is a big difference all the way from 233. because with the same market cap from right there, it would be around here. And that's why, I mean, that's why it has an awful chart. That's why it's kind of been struggling and below its bear market lows here. It hasn't been moving up with the market. And that's like that's why this website is powerful, because you'll see a big correlation with coins that have bad inflation and how the chart looks, right? So coins with a lot of inflation have awful charts. So another coin is the Sandbox. You know, the Sandbox doesn't have a good chart. Not saying it won't recover, but we're basically below 2022 lows. That's not good, right? That's not where you want to be. And you know, we'll do a Sandbox here, basically 830. 830 was the all-time high. Now, if I had the same market cap as back then as 830 in 2021, Sandbox would be, let's do it right here. Sandbox would be 278. 278. So that brings Sandbox to around here. 278. What's up, Rick? So again, another big difference. 830 to 278. That's a lot. That's a lot of inflation. A lot of token unlocks. So, and vice versa. You'll see the coins that have a good chart, a good looking chart, like Ethereum does. All right, like Ethereum has a good looking chart. Well, it's all-time high around there. You'll see that Ethereum, if you were to put the same market cap into Ethereum from its previous all-time high, it would be worth 473. So only like about $200 from its previous all-time high. So it still has a little bit of inflation, but not the same difference that these other coins have. You see what I'm saying? So that's pretty good. Man, you guys are killing it. Thank you guys for the likes. You guys have been killing it today. Thank you. What's going on, Rick? Let me know, Rick. Let me know if you want to hop on the live stream, like last live stream. Comment yes if you want to come on the live stream. Sam says, I'm in a penny and I think this is an early project that has great potential. What is it, penny? Paul says XRP and Cardano gonna hold above recent lows. Full moon August 9th. I'm bullish on both. I'm bullish on. I've been buying a ton of Cardano. I think Cardano is one of the most obvious coins out there that's bullish, and it's still a 3x from all-time highs. Cardano is still a 3x from all-time highs here, more than a 3x, and it's been looking very good here on this pullback. Virtuals, Morpho, Walrus, which is better looking? Great question by Bitcoin Billionaire. Those are three, you know, good picks in terms of, you know, lower cap coins. We'll take a look at virtuals. Which one's better looking here? So virtuals doesn't look too bad. It's, you know, it's pulling back here at a nice recovery. Didn't recover fully, but it's pulling back to put in the higher low. So I'm liking virtuals. I'll probably give it like a B. Morpho. We'll see here. Also not looking too bad too. And I like Morpho too. I'll probably give the edge to Morpho because I think it's a lower cap coin. It's on Base, right? It's like a lending protocol on Base, I believe. So if I were to pick one of these three, I'll probably pick Morpho because it has a good chart as well. Walrus, I don't know too much about Walrus, but we'll take a look at it real quick. I'm doing great, Z. How about you? Thanks for coming to the live stream. And Walrus, I think this is like a newer coin, right? Yeah, I'll say the other two are better looking than Walrus. Yeah, this is a big dump here. But yeah, I'll probably put Morpho, Virtuals, and then Walrus. Yeah, Cardano's great for sure. Let me know in the comments on YouTube if you guys want me to check out a coin, I just put out my SUI price prediction today. So check that out. And I will be putting my official Bitcoin price prediction for the top on YouTube. So definitely go subscribe to me on there, where I see Bitcoin topping out. And Illuvium, that's actually a coin I want to do this on too. I kind of want to see how much inflation Illuvium has. So Illuvium, you know, this is a gaming coin. Illuvium was 1,000. That's insane. So Illuvium was 1,954. So look, this is why the charts never lie, guys. So look, Illuvium has an awful chart, right? The bear market bottom was 38 bucks. Right now it's like 19. Let's see Illuvium. I'm pretty sure this coin's gonna have a ton of inflation. So we put here Illuvium. You're gonna see how the charts don't lie, right? And I love this website because of that. So Illuvium 1,954. If it had the same market cap value invested in the coin right now, it would bring the price up to 123. So it'll be worth 123, about here. Okay. Which was kind of the top here back in March 24th. So we break that level, we're putting new all-time highs for the market cap, not the price. So this is why I say, this is my point on, I see a lot of altcoins not breaking their previous all-time highs and possibly topping out midway here, right? Not even midway, like much lower from its previous all-time high. So this is why you guys gotta, you know, focus on this, because there's gonna be a lot of people holding, a lot of bag holders holding, thinking coins like Illuvium or Filecoin or these other super inflated coins are going to go back to their all-time highs. So definitely gotta be up to date on this. But I mean, Illuvium, like I said, it can recover back to 100 bucks or so, but it's definitely not going back to 1,000. Aerodrome versus Morpho, for sure. I mean, that's a great question, and that's fair too, because you know they're both on base. Aerodrome is definitely much more safer. It's a high market cap. It's a higher market cap coin. It's the #1 DEX on base. So I'll probably go with Aerodrome for that. But Morpho is it can give you some more X's for sure, right? It's lower cap. It's a lower cap coin on base. But for sure, I think Aerodrome has much less riskier, right? But I think both are good, right? Maybe you could put 80% into Aerodrome and then 20% into Morpho, something like that. Why does Tro keep going up?
New subscriber.
Never checked out Tro before. I don't know. Is it like a new meme coin? It looks like it's like a new meme coin. But Bitcoin at 113,700. Like I said, Bitcoin is gonna have some boring price action here for a little bit. We just gotta hold that 50 MA here. Once we lose, if we lose that 112,500, we close below that. We're not looking good. I used to look at pre-sell coins, not anymore, but you know, you gotta be careful with that too. Anytime Z, thank you. And let Rick know. Let Rick know if he wants to get into the live stream. Yeah, 90% of these coins are overinflated. Again, a lot of altcoins, most altcoins are all have inflation. But you definitely want to stay away from the ones that are super inflated, right? Like I showed you on Illuvium and other coins like that. Gav's dad, thank you. Shout out to Gav's dad. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate it. And man, you guys killed it today. Big Mo, 18,000 Lux. I am him. Look at that. Let's go. Shout out to Gav's dad unleashing the gift monkey again. But man, you guys had thousands of like here. Shout out to the top likers. You guys absolutely killed it this live stream. I will be live again, guys. Don't worry. I will be live again this week. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Yeah, Moonwell is another lower cap coin. Again, I would say it's a good time to invest in lower cap coins, but not go all in yet. You're not gonna be, you know, the first movers yet. But it's a good time to research them. Look at the ones you want to possibly get into later on. Thank you, Gav's dad. Thank you, man. Thank you for all the roses. We always hit my my live stream goals. Thanks to Gav's dad. You always hit the 100 roses. Say all day. I did pick up a little bit of Say too. But we haven't looked at Turbo yet. I want to look at Turbo. Because I know a lot of you guys like this coin. And again, Turbo is it looks pretty good. It hasn't really broken its previous low yet, right? You can see we got that golden cross here. And we're just, you know, we're pulling back here to the base level here from where we formed that previous low. All right, so I believe Turbo will hold that 200 MM. We came down here to the 200. You can go down a little bit lower to 0.39. But I believe we'll hold that 200 right there and bounce off of that to the upside. So, I mean, on the weekly, the 25 on the weekly for Turbo is around 38. Yeah, so 38, 39. That level could possibly be a target if Turbo dumps down with the market. So just to know your targets. Is now a good time to DCA into alts, or do we expect more? Yeah, look, I've been DCAing the last 4 days. So not financial advice, in my opinion, it is. It doesn't mean we can't have more downside though. It doesn't mean we can't have more downside. But again, you know, you don't want to be too greedy to the downside, because a lot of times people wait for more downside, just like right here, right? Just like right here. Everyone was like, okay, we're going to 93K Bitcoin. Wait, because there's going to be more downside. We're going to 93K Bitcoin. There's going to be more opportunity in it. And the bottom right there at 98. Right? A lot of people thought we were going here tonight. Even me, I thought we were going to at least 95. But we bottomed earlier here at 98K. So, you know, you want to look at price. We already came here to 112. We were at 120.23 just a couple months ago. And that's a big difference right there from 123. So you compare the prices, and that's how you know it's a good opportunity. And really what Bitcoin is doing here on the big picture is we're coming here to our top back in May. 112, 109, 112 level. And we're looking to flip that as support. All right. So that's really what Bitcoin is doing on the bigger picture here. But Sonic, please. Yeah, we'll do Sonic. It's a new coin I added to my portfolio about a month ago. But I gotta find the right one, because I know there's a... Let's do FCM. Trying to find the right Sonic here, because I know there's a... Yeah, this is the best chart. I found it. Okay. Sonic's at 27 cents. coming back here to its lows. So I mean, this is a big drop here for Sonic. Very oversold. We actually came down to 24 cents. We're coming here to retest those lows again. So yeah, I mean, Sonic, big dump, right? I wouldn't say it's dead or bearish yet. Right? I mean, we're very oversold on a lot of time frames. And you know, we're still holding this level here. So it's not like we're coming down here to bear market level of where we were back here under 20 cents. Right? So, you know, I believe we'll hold this level here, put in a higher low, and then eventually recover with Sonic. But this was a massive drop for Sonic. You know, a lot of people expected it to hold that 40 cents level, and then we dropped another 50%. Not another 50%, another like 25%, I would say. But again, I just wouldn't go all in yet. I'll just DCA like I've been DCAing to Sonic. But I'll wait at least 2 more weeks to kind of see if we find a bottom here, consolidate, and then start to uptrend. That could take about 2 more weeks. So I'll stay patient with Sonic and just buy chunks, right? And then if you want to add more after those 2 weeks are done and we can kind of see a consolidation level here, then you're much more confident in buying Sonic, because it didn't come down here and lose this 25 cents level. Right. I have a good amount of coins. Cab, anytime. Anytime. Thanks for joining the live stream. But here, before we go, just giving you guys here an update on Bitcoin. And also, if you guys haven't yet joined, use my link right here to participate in the campaign. I got you these campaigns each month. Basically free money for trading. You won't have to pay the fees because you're getting a up to 400 futures bonus. But BitUnix, if you guys use my link, you'll be able to participate in these campaigns. The campaign for this month is the live stream special campaign. And depending on how much you deposit, you can get up to 400. So check it out. Use the second link for my BitUnix account to trade crypto. And you don't have to trade crypto. You can just buy on spot. But it's KYC free, VPN free, a great exchange, BitUnix. Definitely check it out. Holding Bitcoin alone would have outperformed everything in the market. Yeah, agree. And that's a shout out to Crespo Crypto. That's the thing that we learned this bear market, right? For a lot of people that didn't know, is the best thing to buy this bear market was Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, when you look at Bitcoin dominance, it just tells you the whole story. Bitcoin dominance. I mean, you look at this chart right here, and this is like just a multi-year uptrend here for Bitcoin dominance. And that just tells you everything, that Bitcoin was outperforming everything, and you would have made more just buying Bitcoin. But we are getting towards a time where it's going to be better to be in altcoins and Ethereum and layer ones, right? That's the time that we're transitioning to right now, in my opinion. But just before we go, a Bitcoin update. That 4 hour, we hit that perfectly. Just like I said 2 live streams ago, we would come here to this level of 115,600, which was the previous bounce, which was also the 200 MA here at that orange right there. We got rejected, but we did put in this higher low right here. So we're kind of neutral for Bitcoin. I just see it like chopping out here, having some boring price action before we make a move on the daily. The key thing on the daily is that 50 MA right there. That's what's been holding support for Bitcoin. So if we close here on the daily below 112,600, then we'll probably go to like 109, 108, which when I actually put on here the 100, that's where the 100 is around. Yeah, right there. So that's my prediction. It's very situational, but I'm bullish towards mid-August. So I mean, that can happen before mid-August, but as we start to go mid-August to September, I'm definitely more bullish. Again, last August was a big pivot, big turning point for Bitcoin in the markets, and I believe this August is looking as well. All right, so thank you guys for the likes. We got over 178k. You guys killed it today, so shout out to Big Mo, the biggest liker today. 19k likes. I'm him, Technological, Mo HD, Gab's dad, Crypto Cuban, Adnan, Lena, and yeah, thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thank you, Summer, as well. Appreciate all of you guys. Love you guys, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.